Hi, Nicola Askham here, back for another in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. So today's question is, should I hire a consultant to do data governance for me? And when I first read this, I thought, "Ooh, that's an interesting question. I'm not sure whether I should answer that on a video." But actually, I decided, no, let's go for it. And you might be surprised in my answer. So my answer is, do I think you should hire someone? I think if you don't have the capability and the skills in-house, then absolutely you should consider getting expert help and support. But my answer of whether you should hire a consultant to be an interim data governance manager for you to get it designed and set up would be no. Now, given what I do for a living, you might be somewhat surprised by my answer. But my way of thinking about it is this: every sector, every company within that sector is unique, has its own challenges and culture. Now, if you're paying somebody to come in, they have to learn all that before you even start doing data governance. But you've got an organization full of people who understand what your organization does and its challenges and its culture. So why would you pay somebody else to come in and do that? And even worse, when you're doing that role in the early days, you spend a long time interviewing stakeholders, building really good relationships with them. Why would you want that to be somebody that's only an interim in your organization? The person doing this should be the person who is going to head up your data governance work going forwards, because they need to build up those relationships. So if you need to, absolutely hire somebody in from outside, but do that as a permanent role. If you've got somebody internally who has a desire to do it but doesn't actually understand data governance, well, then that's a different matter. You get that person there and you give them support from a consultant to do the role. It's subtly different, and I hope that's clear. But I think having done it for clients and really enjoyed it, I can be there working for a client, and I have worked for a very long time for a client being an interim data governance manager in the past. And, I built up really good relationships. I was almost like treated as a member of the team, of the company, which was great in some ways, but it wasn't very good for getting their data governance truly embedded in their organization. And so that's why I made the decision several years ago to stop doing that for clients. So I do not undertake any work to act as an interim data governance lead for anybody anymore. I spend all my time coaching, supporting, training, and doing small pieces of very ad hoc specific consulting to help the person internally who's going to do data governance. Now, that might sound, perhaps negative to you. And if you're a consultant watching this, you're probably getting very cross with me. I'm not saying there isn't a case for hiring consultants to help you do things. And sometimes perhaps there is just nobody internally that can do it. You want to get started, so you do hire an interim while you're trying to recruit a permanent. And I get that might be an option, but always consider what is the best option for you, and consider that whoever starts to design and implement a data governance framework for you is going to build up amazing knowledge, expertise about your organization and its data, and build really good relationships. So do you really want that to be somebody that's only going to be working with you for a short period of time? You want to make sure that is built up and maintained by somebody who's going to be a permanent employee. I hope you found that useful. And don't forget, if you have any other questions for me, please email them into questions@nicolaaskham.com.